Hello, welcome to the video for the Lightning Seeds Christmas dates this year. Doing 3 dates, one in Lytham, not Lytham, crucially, Lytham, Lytham St Anne's, just outside Blackpool, which is tonight, which I'm on my way to now. I've got another couple of hours before I get there, and then there's 2 in Liverpool next week on the Friday night and the Saturday night. I'm going to amalgamate this into one Christmas Lightning Seeds gig video thing. There's no need to do it as separate bits. So, don't know what to expect tonight. I can't foresee anything new or special compared to the tour dates. I think it will largely be an extension of that, given that there was no Liverpool date on the second part of the tour. So there's 2 next week, back to back. Also, Lytham wasn't on. That kind of bit of the country wasn't really on the second half of the tour either. So I'm going to guess there are going to be extensions there. There might be something special. I don't know. We will see. So yeah, here we go. Let's go to Lytham, not Lytham, Lytham. Welcome to the Travelodge in Lytham. The tests. Number 1, USBs, lovely stuff. Number 2, openable window. Yes, the tests are passed. Does smell interesting, but doesn't smell of soil. And I hope the tea doesn't taste of beef.
Yeah, 1, 2, 2, yeah.
Hello everyone,
Yeah.
welcome to the Lowther Pavilion in Lytham. Not Lytham, Lytham. So tonight sees, as I said, the first of
1, 2, 2, 2, yeah.
the first of several Christmas Lightning Seeds kicks, 3 in fact. This is the first one, there's 2 more in Liverpool next week.
everything I do, it's just to get to you.
Good night, thank you.
Close? Open? Really open? Open more? What's the difference between these? And good morning, Lytham. Oh. It's very dark. Hello, good morning, everyone. I'm quiet because it's about 10 to 8. I don't want to wake up anyone next to me. What a gig. What a great gig. Also, my voice is struggling a little bit. Great gig last night. As expected, no surprises. It was almost the identical set from the 35th anniversary tour extended edition. So all your big ones are in there. Let's see if I can remember it. Life's Too Short, Change, Ready or Not, Sense, What If, All I Want. Sugar, I think. Losing You, Emily Smiles. Perfect. Oh, yeah, Perfect. Then Wait for Today. Then You Showed Me. And then Whole Wide World. Lucky You, 3 Lines, Pure, The Encore, Marvellous, Be My Baby, and Life of Riley. Now, there was an incident in the crowd, pretty much directly behind me, where a drunk guy pushed his way to the front. The people, as in, like, between me and the front row guys and the row behind us, but pushy, a bit shovey. And the guy there was trying to defend himself and his kid. And there was a bit of pushing and shoving. The guy left eventually. I tried to get security to come over. And he went over the other side of the stage. And then, at the side of the crowd, sorry. And a couple minutes later, he just came back. And you're just like, dude, what are you just trying to start a fight? So a few of us got in the way. And security grabbed him and took him out. So, yeah, I've never seen Ian stop a song for that before, but huge respect. Like, as if we didn't know that this is an amazing man already. Now, extra proof. And talking of amazing people, the kid who was nearby, who looked a bit shaken up by it, I saw him behind, and he knew every word to every song, like even like Emily Smiles, so the less well-known ones. And he was right near the front. He was behind me, and I noticed him at Life of Riley, and I was like, "Just come to the front, just come to the front." And then the amazing man I'm referring to here is Jim, the drummer, who at the end ran down to the front with his drumsticks and a set list and gave it to the kid. That kid, honestly, when I let him go to the front, his face lit up. When he got that stuff, my God, he was in another world. And that's possibly his first gig. It's definitely early. And for him to have that experience, absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible, especially given that it was, tainted a little bit, and I'm really glad that hopefully the band have made that a nice memory for him rather than a bad one. Right, I am going to try and move my car, which is why I'm up so early, because I have to move it by 8:15, which is early. I'm very tired, I did not sleep well. The wind is very loud here in Lytham, and hopefully I'll be able to move my car somewhere else and go back to bed. If I can't, then I'll have to check out and go home. But not before I've been to Blackpool.
Good evening, good afternoon, whatever it is, afternoon. Today's not gone perfectly. Not only did I leave later than I was hoping, also traffic is really bad, I'm assuming because it's the last Friday before Christmas, which means I'm going to get there several hours after I was hoping, but still before doors, so no prices yet. So this is going to be day 2 of the 3 Christmas gigs. I think we're going to ramp up the Christmas a little bit for this one and the next one. Not me personally, but the band are. So let's go and we'll see what we get at the O2 Academy this evening.
This is
to give us a hand here. So I'm going to invite, it's like the hills now, isn't it? Yeah. I always read the set list wrong, but I used to share a flat with Will Fuzz when we used to be working on Echo and the Bunnyman stuff. And I'm going to like to welcome him to the stage, please. Mr. Will Sargent. next week.
you don't, but then you do. Come on, try it again. Build a wall around your heart, never break it through to you. Make it
so much. Thank you. Thank you. So it's a night for dear friends, actually, and it's Christmas. So I think we're going to do a Christmas song with a dear friend. So please welcome Mr. Holly Johnson. Hopefully.
Merry Gringo.
An extra person here.
This is Punky.
That's a dog.
Snow's coming down. I'm watching it fall. Lots of people around. Baby, please come home. The church bells in town. They're ringing in song, full of happy sounds. Baby, please come home. They're singing Jack Drawers, Christmas carols. I remember when we were here, all the fun we had last year. There was a waste. I hold back the tears. It's Christmas Eve. My baby, please come home. Baby, please come
The legend is Mr. Holly Johnson.
Bless you.
And Punky. Thank you. Have a great Christmas.
As you can see, I've done my stuff already. Sorry, I have walked into the room. The door slammed very heavy. Is this some sort of accessible room? Looks like it. I've got a shower chair. A shower chair. How do I turn the light on in there? Hello? Are you motion sensor? You are not. Huh. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I could get used to this. So this is nice. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Except we fail the test. No plug socket by the bed that side. No plug socket by the bed that side. Only emergency disabled alarms, which is making me think of the IT crowd. I do have a charger here though. I don't think I've got a cable long enough. Oh, that's annoying. So as a result of no sockets by the bed, I've managed to plug my phone into the phone, which is now working to charge my phone. But also, welcome to the thinnest mattress I've seen in my whole life. Like, this is ludicrously thin. How is that even a thing? Good morning, beautiful Liverpool. I mean, I've had worse views. Look, that's the famous clock tower there. I don't know what it's called. I think we're right by the docks, actually, aren't we here? It was dark when I got here, so I didn't really see much. Well, for once, let's do this on the move, shall we? Well, sometimes we do it in the car, but we rarely do it walking. Welcome to Liverpool Dock, everyone. Liverpool is one of my favourite cities, and it's always lovely here. Always, always, always. I've never had a bad experience in Liverpool. Including last night. Let's talk. Well,
It's very often a similar set these days, which is still incredible. But I love a little bit of unusual. I love a little bit of chaos. I love a little bit of different. And last night we had a load of that shit. I adored every second of it. The crowd were incredible. The band were on great form. We had not one but two special guests as we welcomed Holly Johnson to sing a Christmas track, which you'll have seen, complete with his dog. What an absolute legend. What a voice. Like, I've seen him with the band before, in 1997 on the Hills with Justice concert, my first ever Lightning Seeds gig, where they sang Ferry Across the Mersey together. Ferry Cross the Mersey, sorry. And that, obviously that was at Anfield, a bit different to the O2 as it goes. And I've already gone over my minute, never mind. And his voice when he's right in front of you, incredible, absolutely incredible. Clearly reading the words off the amp, but you know, who knows? He's allowed. He's got credit in the bank, let's face it. He can do what he wants. He's an absolute legend. And the other guest, now you may know him from Echo and the Bunnymen. You might also know him from playing with Terry Hall. So he played on Terry Hall's album Home, which was released in 1994, was produced by Ian Brody, and has his version of Sense on it, which is quite different from the Lightning Seeds version, but I enjoyed them both. I really like the Terry version, actually, because it's kind of, it's more, what's the word? It's more live band than the Lightning Seeds version. Plus it's got a guitar solo, which, as we know, the album Sense is allergic to. So, you may remember him from those things. His name is Will Sargent. What an incredible guitarist. He played the solos during Sense, as well as just playing along during Sense. And wow, I mean, they quadrupled, I think, the length of the solo at the end of Sense, just to drink it in, just to get it all. It was just his guitar. It's like, it sounds stupid, but it was like him and Ian had been playing guitar together for years, and they have on and off. I think, let's not forget that I think they were sharing a flat when Cloud Cuckoo Land was being recorded. So whilst he doesn't play on the record, I don't think, he was definitely around during it. So, you know, the influence and the kind of, just the presence has been there from the very start of Lightning Seeds times. So what a great moment. He also came on in Marvellous and did the guitar solo and some tambourining, because why not? And we had snow during Sugarcoat Iceberg, and, if you'll pardon the language, an utter fuck ton of confetti during Life of Riley. It was absolutely incredible. And to think we do it all again tonight. Amazing, I can't wait. Hello, welcome back to the O2 Academy in Liverpool for day 2 of the Lightning Seeds Christmas dates here in Liverpool. Expecting much of the same this evening. A little bit about the venue. So I remember being here when I was either just 18 or only just still 17. It was called the L2 back then. And it was the final Lightning Seeds date before the hiatus. I was stood to the right-hand side of the stage, this side here, and I got to see the band play some songs they've not played before and some not played since, or played very rarely. So they played I Wish I Was in Love that night, with Martin on the acoustic guitar, which is very rare. They played Tales of the Riverbank for the only time I've ever heard of it being performed. They did Our Lips Are Sealed with Terry Hall as well. What a legend that man is, or indeed was, sadly. I think it's the anniversary of his death today, so rest in peace, Terry. What an absolute legend. But yeah, that was the last gig before the hiatus, and a sad time, but a great gig nonetheless. I'm expecting another great gig this evening. I can't wait to do last night's madness all over again.
Nothing inside us. We got no one to guide us. What we say.
seats. And it's very lovely to see you all. Thank you very much. Wow, this is great. Saturday night, Liverpool. you. It's nice to be here, as always. Mr. Will Sargent, guitarist extraordinaire, master of the psychedelic. wide awake, can't escape from the things that lie away. Take it, leave it, break it, any way you can, go back to yesterday. All I wanna do is make you listen. From now on, stop what's going on, stop what's going on, listen. Confidence, coincidence, call it a sin, it's just like people say. Democracy is so open up your eyes and never ever hesitate. All I wanna do is make you listen. From now on, stop what's going on, stop what's going on, and listen. Makes me wanna give you everything.
Same lost feelings, same bad daydreams. So unreal, delirium. I'm out of breath and I'm out of luck. Sometimes when I wake up slowly, paralyzed by the fear within me, waiting for today to happen, waiting for a big impression, waiting for today to happen, waiting here, nothing but disaster. Never time to prepare forever, turn out the lights, whatever. Rolling over here with sleep. All I want to do is dream, dream, dream. Just like I could never leave. Put myself here with your knees. Sometimes when I wake up slowly, paralyzed by the fear within me, waiting for today to happen, waiting for a big impression, waiting for today to happen, waiting here, nothing but disaster. No time to prepare forever, turn out the lights, whatever. When it feels like everything I do is just to get to you. It feels like everything I do is just to get to you. Sometimes when I wake up slowly, paralyzed by the fear within me, waiting for today to happen, waiting for a big impression, waiting for today to happen, waiting here, nothing but disaster. Show me how to do exactly what you do. I fell in love with you. Oh, it's true. You say it's easy if you try. No hell below us, and above us there's only sky. Well, all you need is love. Yeah, love, that's all you need. Yeah, all we need is love. It's love, 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 you may say I'm a dreamer. You may say I'm a dreamer. You may say we're dreamers, but we're not the only ones.
I'm gonna play an old song that I used to go to a club called Eric's down the road, and this was one of my favourite songs.
When I was a young boy, my mother said to me, there's only one girl in the world for you, but she probably lives until 80. But go the whole wide world, go the whole wide world just to find her. But go the whole wide world. Maybe she's in the Bahamas, where the Caribbean Sea is blue. Tossing and turning reaching out to touch the stars, but you land too soon. What would it take to make you see who we really are? Get so far, make it nothing to lose. It's really true, I love you. Solo. Just give it up and tell the truth. You can't stop the rain. It's gonna fall on every roof. I've got the proof that only you made it nothing to lose. If it's really true, I love you. It's coming home, 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 it's coming
It's coming home, it's coming home, it's coming, football's coming home, it's coming home, it's coming home, it's coming, football's coming home, it's coming home, it's coming, it's coming, football's coming home, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Jewels remain still gleaming after all these years of hurt. They can never stop us dreaming. Up the lionesses. It's coming home, it's coming home, it's coming, football's coming home, it's coming home, it's coming home, it's coming, football's coming home. Saturday night, Christmas. Thank you. We're going to leave you with our first single. just like Thank you so much. It's been lovely playing for you. Thank you. Sargent. We're going to do a Christmas song because it's Christmas. And I'm going to ask another one of my oldest friends, the legendary, magnificent, fantastic Holly Johnson to play the song.
Merry Grimbo. You've got to join in with me. You know the lines, they're singing Deck the Halls, but it's not like Christmas at all. Snow's coming down. I'm watching it fall. Lots of people around. Baby, please come home. The church bells in town. They're ringing in song, full of happy sounds. Baby, please come home. They're singing Deck the Halls, but it's not like Christmas at all. 'Cause I remember when you were here, all the things we did last year was the way. Go back then, it's Christmas Day. Please come home. Baby, please come home. Please come home. Deck the halls, but it's not like Christmas at all. Remember when you were here? All the fun we had last year. Should be here with you. Baby, please come home. Please come home. Please come home. Please come
Mr. Holly Johnson.
home.
holiday light, so sweet to read through the stars that shine down, calling to our sleepy world as we fall to earth. Here's your heart, find your way. We'll all be safe and blind. Certain, nothing's certain. I don't mind. I get the feeling you'll be fine. I still believe that in this world we've got to find the time for the life of
confetti. Again, it's been fantastic playing for you. Thank you for coming out. Have a fabulous Christmas and we love you. And thank you and thank you and thank you. See you.